All right, I'm going to name a successful person, and you tell me in one sentence with no semicolons or colons why they're successful. What's the essence of their reason for success? Ready? Here we go. Joe Rogan.
Everyman.
Okay, you did it in one word. Excellent.
I did it in one word. He's the median voter.
Yeah,
and it's authentic, and so he can. People are on a journey of exploration with him that is not. He's not below them. He's not above them. He's not condescending. He's just perfect at it.
Okay, Beyonce.
My cousin. That's why she's popular. I think that's where she gets all of her.
Why is she successful?
I think she's successful because, look, she's good looking and she has a good voice. And she also came up at a time that was 2000s or so. The fact that she's a black woman, I think, helped. It's very racially conscious kind of time. I think that she's fashionably liberal. She's not extremely woke liberal. She's just fashionably liberal. When she was coming up, that was a de rigueur. And so she was just perfect for her time. And also, she's obviously in the Illuminati.
Taylor Swift.
You got me scratching my head a little bit on that one. Other than, I've got an answer for it.
Dude, she's an incredible lyricist. You can just say that.
I was gonna.
Are you not a Swift? Are you not a Swiftie at all for your national neighbor?
Listen, de gustibus non disputandum est.
No, my father's version of that is some people even like chocolate ice cream. Okay.
I'll tell you why though. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because she's temperamentally conservative. That's why people like Taylor Swift. That's why she's popular.
But I don't care if you don't like her music, dude. She's a brilliant lyricist. You have to just. Focus.
Are you being? I can't tell if you're being facetious right now.
100%. She's brilliant.
Stop it.
She's a brilliant lyricist.
Really? Maybe I need to listen more.
Don't forget "Shake It Off." That's just a pop ditty. Her other songs, brilliant lyrics. Okay. Next would be Elon Musk.
Well, affirmative action because he's an African American, of course. It's the only explanation. Yeah. He's the really confounding.
I keep saying, dude, he's one of the smartest people on the planet. That's the answer.
That's it. That's all, but there's plenty of smart people.
He's got brilliance and drive and vision.
You know what? Yes. Don't you think that if you look, he's extremely intelligent. He's driven like a maniac. He's all these things.
Yeah.
Don't you think growing up in South Africa with an imposing father, don't you think that played a role too? This guy just fights off every attack.
Yeah. But that's part of his reason for his determination, probably. All right, Anthony Volpe, Yankee shortstop. Anthony Volpe. I asked because he's my neighbor. That's why I chose him.
Volpe is your neighbor?
He is. Lives in my building.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yo,
there was a young. I live in a building with a bunch of old people, and you're a big Yankee fan. That's why I'm bringing it up. Yeah. And like I bring down the median age of our building by a lot. And there was some nice young man we would see on the elevator moved in. It's like, how's this kid affording living in this building where a bunch of old people, not just afford, it's not that expensive a building, but it's like the apartments don't turn over very often. It's like, who's this new young kid?
I won't say like I'll bring over cigars or whatever and I'll make you smoke cigarettes, but you have to let me come hang out so that I can just maybe possibly run into Volpe in the hallway. Part of the reason I think Volpe is successful, other than he's a great athlete, is he's got a little bit of that Jeter thing where he's just kind of like a clean cut kid and he seems young and he's just, he's like very wholesome. There's some like really kind of more grizzled baseball players, but he's not that. He's like, he looks like he just got out of Little League,
Totally agree. And also he's got, he grew up in the New York area. He's got like a tactitional focus on the nuts and bolts of the game.
Yes. Also, I could be confusing him with another Yankee. Isn't there a picture of him at like age 9 at the World Series or something, or at a Yankee game?
Could be.
I think there's something like that. Yeah. Like meeting Jeter or something.
I don't know the answer to that. Ben Shapiro,
because he's got me by his side. I would say that's the main reason.
You're the Knowles behind the man.
Yes, I asked my wife once, 10 years ago, when Ben was really exploding.
Yeah.
I said, why is Ben?
Yeah.
He's got this, I've talked to him, he's got this voice that, look, he's obviously doing something right, but he's got this voice he's not exactly Dean Martin or something. Yeah. Why does it?
Yeah. And so what's the answer? What'd your wife say?
And he's a Jew in a Christian country, and he's, and she told me, and it all kind of ties in.
Yeah.
She said, Michael, in an age of insanity, people just want a nerdy Jew to tell them facts. And I said, that is so accurate. And even I kind of joke about it, Jew in a Christian country, but even that distance kind of gives Ben the ability to look at things and have a really kind of even disinterested view of how things are going on for most political issues.
I'm talking to the control room. Please clip that one off for social media.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Steve Bannon.
Bannon, he's just a complete political animal, right? Oddly enough, Steve Bannon is one of the few people in Republican politics who I don't really know that well, but he's just a complete killer, right? I mean, he's obviously extremely intelligent.
You remember I said no colons or semicolons.
Yes, yeah. No,
he's an animal. Just stop with animal. That's
he's
it.
An animal. He's an animal. That
guy. Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk was bred in a petri dish for conservative Republican politics.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's education, Charlie's a good friend of mine. Charlie's education was going to right-wing events, think tank events, donor events, rally type events. And he later became something of an autodidact. He did the Lincoln Fellowship at the Claremont Institute. He got a fair bit of book learning there. But from age 2 or whatever, when he was made in this petri dish in, somewhere at the Heritage Foundation.
He got it all. He's got it all.
He got it all.
He got it all. He is the Michael Jordan of whatever it is he does. Okay. Jen Psaki.
Jen Psaki was pretty good. So she wasn't the greatest press secretary ever, but
she's pretty successful now. And I'm asking you why.
Yeah. I mean, she's on that network that gets like 3 viewers a day or something, but that's okay. Do you know why? She's the girl next door. I thought when, especially in her last job, even though you knew she was kind of lying to you and you could see her prevaricating all the time and constantly evading and circling back, didn't matter.
That's what the girl next door does. She lies all the time. Hey, do you guys have any sugar left? We need some sugar. We're making a pie. No, we got no sugar. Nothing
so we'll
here.
Circle back to your
Nothing
sugar.
Here. Yeah, we'll circle back. When we go to the store, we'll get you some sugar. Those guys who do that podcast, what are they called? The Crooked whatever?
Oh, the Crooked guys.
Yeah. What's the secret of their success?
They're the liberal guys, the Pod Save.
Pod Save America. Yeah. What's the secret?
Oh, because they are just the archetypal millennial fashionable libs. So they're not they're filling the demand side for that. There's some demand for that. Yeah, no, there still is. I remember when I was in college and everyone loved Barack Obama. And it was all these kids who were 22 or whatever, 20, and they grew up watching The West Wing, that horrific show by Aaron Sorkin. And they just grew up with that, and then they needed something to fill the West Wing gap. And Barack Obama was the guy who filled the West Wing gap. And now Obama's done, and these guys are aging, and now we need the pod bros to fill in that gap. There's nothing avant-garde about it whatsoever, but it's a kind of a nostalgia, really.
All right, 2 more, then we got to go. Beethoven.
Well, he was deaf, which allowed him to tune out all the people who were trying to bother him all day. It's like when I try to write my show and all these people at the Daily Wire come in and bother me. He was deaf, so he got to just focus on composing.
All right. Lastly, you get a choice. I'll give you 2. You can pick whichever one you want. The Beatles or AOC? Which one you want to do?
Chocolate ice cream or medieval torture? The Beatles. I love the Beatles.
Why are they successful?
So they are technically perfect at everything they did at a reasonably high level, but not so high that it eluded the mainstream. It's kind of like Rolex.
I think that's the perfect explanation of why AOC is successful as well.